Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome to our very first live stream. I hope that you are as excited about this as I am, but this is going to be a bit of a guinea pig episode. I do hope to do this more in the future, hopefully on a weekly basis, but for now we are just going to see how this goes. I'm planning on being on here for maybe 2 to 3 hours, we will just see. But today is all about taking care of some housekeeping items. So of course we have a lot of pending projects right now, one of them being our wall over here at our border that we've started maybe about 20, maybe not that many, 10, 15 episodes ago, something like that. We are going to try to get some work done on that today. We are going to do some path expansion. We also have some terraforming over by the museum that we want to take care of as well while that project finishes up. So I think we are just going to start with the wall, maybe work on that for a little bit, and then transition into something else. And really what this is going to be about is just taking care of all the things that I would normally do off camera, but it allows all of you to experience what goes on behind the scenes here. So we're just going to kind of hang out here today, have a good time. It should be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get started on the wall. Now it has been a while since we worked on that, and we may have a shulker box over here already with some resources. If we don't, we will load one up. It looks like we were using stone primarily and then sprinkling in some texture as we go along. So dark oak on here, I think those are dark oak pillars right there as well, and then of course tough and cobblestone. So we will work on that. I do hear some skeletons down below. We probably have a cave underneath us. Yeah, we will want to light that up as well, but we're just going to start with the stone and continue this pattern all the way until we get to the bridge up here where we have the wall stopping, and we will do some kind of special design, not today, but in an actual episode once we get over to that point. I want to make sort of a grand gate over our bridge. Let's go back and let's grab some stone from our storage, and we will get started on this. Also, because this is live and I'm not going to be doing many cuts, or any cuts, I should say, there will be moments of silence. I don't want to just talk for the full 2 or 3 hours, so sometimes we will just back off and work on building. Other times we will just chat. So we'll grab some stone out of here and we will throw this into a shulker box. We probably do need to make a trip to the end here pretty soon and get a few more shulker boxes. That way we can load those up. I mentioned this in one of our episodes not too long ago, but the wool, where is it? Right here. I loaded up all of these shulker boxes with wool. So we have a lot of them, and yeah, we have a lot of wool. I don't really know what we are going to do with all of that. We will find something, I don't know. It is definitely a lot, and of course our sheep farm over there is still producing even more. It is definitely producing a lot. We may even need to just completely turn that off at some point. So we need some dark oak wood, which is right up here. We don't have a whole lot, so we will have to go do some chopping. Let's see, so we will fly over here, and I am reading the live chat as we are playing, so it looks like Wasabi is playing along with me here. They are in a vault right now and heading out in a few minutes, so that should be fun. I actually did spend quite a time, you probably saw, I've spent a lot of time in some trial chambers recently collecting more of those ominous trial keys. I do want to open up a few more of those vaults here. There actually is an ominous vault that we missed in our second trial chamber that we went to, the one over in the desert which I think is in that direction. So we will have to go back there and open that up. Otherwise, we are going to have to find a few more, because there are certainly not 21 vaults in a single chamber. So we're just going to chop down a few dark oak trees. We do actually need quite a bit of dark oak wood. Every pillar, I think, is about 7 blocks tall, and we have, I don't know, 100, 200 pillars, something like that. So we are going to need a few stacks to get started on this. And again, this is the first live stream, so if there are any technical difficulties or anything like that, please let me know as quickly as possible. That way I can get those taken care of. If the music is too loud, there should be background music playing. It should hopefully be somewhat quiet and not overwhelming, but you should be able to hear it when I'm not talking. But if that's too loud, then I can certainly turn that down a little bit. Same with the game volume. Again, these are things that I probably could monitor, but that's just going to come with time and practice. So we'll fly over here and we will get started with the dark oak that we have. I think, were we going up 7? That looks a little higher than 7, but we will count this just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's even more. That means that we will get 8 pillars out of a stack, which means we are going to get about 15 from this. That will get us a little ways there. We are going to have to mine some stone today. We might just find a stony peak somewhere in the distance, so that we can just mine that up and not damage any of our surrounding landscape here. Yeah, that's right. We are building this on a slope, so the counts are a little funky. I think we're going 8 from the higher up stone right there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And of course, this wall is sort of uneven. It's going to have this slope here in the middle as well. It's not going to be flat across the top. But it should make for a pretty dynamic wall, I think. I'm actually really excited with how this has come together so far. I think it's going to look really cool once it's finished. And it kind of gives us a boundary, an idea of how far out we want to expand this area. Of course, we have natural boundaries in other directions, but again, this is just a fun way to add a little bit of lore, but also give ourselves a boundary so we know how far out we want to expand. Alright, now we have a few more questions rolling in here about the trip recently. Well, I've actually been doing a lot of traveling all over the place. So I was in Arkansas not too long ago, northwest Arkansas, at Beaver Lake. That was a good time, did some boating down there. And then over the summer, of course, many of you know, I was in Europe for a few weeks. That was when we had all of those pre-recorded videos. The cow looks like a pill. I guess it kind of does, doesn't it? That was when I had all of those pre-recorded videos. How do we want to do this? So we have, I think we're spacing these out. Is it 7 in between these? 9? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess we could do a post here. Does that work? Or maybe we want to go, well, I guess the middle of this is right there, so we'll put the post here. It doesn't have as much depth as I want it to. I would prefer that the stone be 1 block back, but I think this will actually work. So we will extend this up. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're getting there. This is gonna be a lot of work. Hopefully, the goal for at least today's video, and I did actually make a to-do list. So we have a windmill interior. We built that windmill, I don't know how many episodes ago. It's just over these spruce trees. If those weren't there, we'd be able to see it. I want to get to the interior. If we don't, that's okay. Paths, of course, that is always something that we need to work on. The wall is what we are doing right now, and then terraforming near the museum. Ideally, the wall, I want to get this finished because I do want to start expanding in this direction. We've just been doing so much work near that lake that we built and out towards the east over that way. So I really want to make this area more inhabited, I suppose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But again, that is just going to take time. We will get there eventually, but having this wall will be a great way to do that. And yes, there we go. I did bring a bed with me in the ender chest. So we're just going to keep that around here for now. I think we'll place it. We'll put it right down here. So let's see, where were we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is going to be a fun stretch to do. I don't really know how we're going to go about this. I know we talked about this a little bit when we actually came here and mapped this out. I'm thinking maybe we just terraform over it. It depends on how the cave looks underground, whether I will want to have this be a part of the build or if we can just cover it up. It really isn't that impressive in here. I don't know that there's a whole lot we could do. I think we will just end up covering this up and we will return to this. Maybe at a later date we can build something under here. Maybe we will have hidden tunnels throughout the entire valley that we can use to transport ourselves through. But for now, I think we'll just go with what we have up there on the netherrack and then right down here, and we will level it off later. But that should be enough posts to get us started, so now we're just going to raise all of this stone up to the same height, or I guess 1 block below that, and then we need to get a little bit more stone. And then, yes, so my traveling, and then a couple weekends ago, I was in Denver, Colorado as well. So, again, I have been all over the place. I've been trying to keep up with pre-recorded videos, but as we get to some of these larger late-game projects, it becomes more difficult to sit down and record a video in an hour or two. So, I'm trying to do my best. We should be back into a rhythm now. My traveling has significantly slowed down, so that should be okay. We're just gonna extend that across. Is that one more? Here we go. And there. Alright, so that is one panel. Again, it's just gonna be 1 block below the top of the dark oak. Get that all filled in. I know it would probably be easier to do the texturing as we go, just because of the height of this wall, and then we're gonna have to go through and break all of these blocks, but that just really does take a long time. We'll save that for another stream in the future. Again, assuming that this stream goes well, but I think so far, so good. I'll extend that up 1 more, or were we supposed to go down? Okay, yes, we were supposed to go down 1 block right there. Not bad. And then I'm actually excited to fill in this panel right here, because this will give us a good sense of how this will look on this corner from the inside. So I want to fly down here and see that. Yeah, that has a nice flow to it, and then of course it just continues back up in that direction. I think we'll probably just end up filling this in with dirt and then raising that up a little bit. It looks a little bit unnatural as it is. We don't have any dirt on us, but we will do that here in a moment. Really, this whole hill right here is a little strange. I probably could have knocked that down just a little bit, but we could put a watchtower or something there in the future. So now we'll do this outside portion. I'm gonna forget that this ender chest is here if I don't grab that. So we are gonna get that back in our inventory. Also, I did find an ender chest when I was going back through the trial chambers. I found an ender chest inside one of them, the one out at the desert, and it was in the room with the multiple tiers of skeletons. That is where I discovered it. So I forgot to grab it too, of course, but we will have to remember that that is there when we go back. And how did this happen? I guess we will take that. Did I not build this up tall enough? Oh, I see. There's a dirt block underneath there. So we'll leave that at that height, and then we'll get this corner over here. So again, very repetitive process, but it's fun to just hang out. Oh, I kind of like that idea. Coarse dirt or rooted dirt at the base of the wall. Make it look like we have some debris that has been gathered by the wind. That is not a bad idea. I'm always a big fan of texturing wherever we can. That is, I think, one of the biggest reasons why the house that we built towards the beginning of this series turned out the way that it did, is because of all that texturing in the walls. Of course, we used... What did we use? We used chiseled bookshelves, I think. I know we used beehives. What else was there? There was a lot of different blocks, and then, of course, all the buttons and signs, all different things. And again, I think that turned out great. But texturing, that was a big part of it. That's why we're texturing this wall. It just makes everything pop a little bit more. And we are out of stone, so that means, well, that means we'll fly back to the storage room over here. If we can't find any, one option, I know that we have a lot of cobblestone, so one option would be to put that through our smelting room over there, but that might also take a little while for the amount. So we have this cobblestone down here, and then we do have a little bit more upstairs. Not a full chest worth, I don't think. Well, actually we do. So maybe that wouldn't be a bad idea just because of the amount that we have. But with haste, we could also go find a stony peak, take our beacon there, and get a whole lot of stone in a short amount of time. That might actually be the better option for us. We will get a lot more, plus we need some for other projects. You good? Okay. We're gonna need some stone for other projects as well, including stone brick projects. We are starting to run out of stone bricks, so I think we will do that. We are gonna need a beacon, which we can just grab from over there, and then we are gonna need either iron, which that actually reminds me, there was an issue with our iron farm. It is resolved now. The minecart chunk loader was not operating. The minecarts were not dispensing. I got that restarted though, so we probably did lose out on a little bit of iron, but that's okay. It should be up and running now. We will see how many we have. So yeah, there we go. Those minecarts are running again. Before, they were not, so we are good. We only have 40 blocks, though. That's not going to be enough for a beacon. We could probably use emeralds. I know that we have a lot of wool. If we traded some of that, we could certainly get some more emerald from it. And then this is another thing I actually am going to add to our to-do list, the Nether Hub, because this is another large project that I'm still working on. Now, of course, we have our ice highway on the ceiling. I don't know if I've explained this. The Nether Hub is more of an aesthetic thing and kind of immediate access to all of our surroundings The ice highway is more to get us far away from places. So that's the main difference. In the late game, we will probably end up using the ice highway a little bit more, but I just wanted to have that nether hub because I think it looks really nice and it makes it feel like we're not in the nether, even though we are, and of course it protects us from hostile mobs. So emerald, we have some in here. I think we have some more in the trading hall as well in a shulker box. We'll head over there and double check. Or a chest. 56 in here. And then a shulker box right down here. Oh yes, this is all of the wool that we have gathered, so we could actually probably trade some of this with the villagers right here. I did make a mistake when setting up these shepherds. I should have done a white wool trade with each one of them instead of have one that I think is just gray and black wool, because we have a lot more white wool than we do gray or black. That is a great question about the late game plans. So once we get past episode 100, which again is coming up here pretty soon, we just had episode 90 yesterday, we will then talk about the plans for the future of this world. There are a lot of different mega projects that I have in mind. I don't know if I've mentioned this one or not, but I think I have. One of them is building a village or I guess making a village out of every single naturally generating structure in the game and having it actually inhabited by villagers, which I know is very, very ambitious, but I think it would be a really fun challenge for us. And then another project, I'm trying to think. I know I have a whole list. I would have to look at them. But that is the big one that comes to mind. Of course, the armor trims, getting some of all of those armor trims, I guess every combination is another. We're not going to get very many emerald blocks. Well, I guess 18, that's not bad. I think it is 136 blocks for a full beacon, so we still have a ways to go, although we do have some diamonds right here. How many blocks will we get out of that? 9. This is going to be a very mismatched beacon. Oh, where did we get all that gold? Oh, yes. We have a outrageous gold farm in the nether, so we'll just grab some of that. We don't need that much, but that's going to save us some time. Okay, so we need... That's 128, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 136 off the top of my head. I could do some quick math here. I don't know. I don't want to do math. We're going to grab 3 stacks just in case, and then we will go from there. Okay, that will be enough, and then we need one more piece for activating the beacon. And then we will grab a beacon from over here, and we need to find a stony peak. I might just go out on the ice highway and get ourselves as far away from this area as possible, because again, I don't know how long we are going to be on this world, and I don't want to start demolishing a mountain that we would have eventually built on. So beacon, and then we need a few shulker chests, although I think we have 3 empty ones in the ender chest here. Yes, we do. And probably just empty out my inventory, and we'll do this the lazy way for now. That way we can get going with our stone mining. So let's head up to the nether roof, and we will just find a direction to travel. I don't know if we have any portals up there, though. I guess we will find out, and if we don't, we can just make our way back. It only takes about 10 seconds to get down to one end and back. Yeah, I would love to hear your idea if you want to throw one out there for late game projects. Alright, which way do we want to go? North, south, east, or west? I have an idea of how to do this. Never mind. I was just going to spin around, but then it was really slow on the iron bar, and it probably would have made all of you and myself dizzy, so we're not going to do any of that. So we're just going to make our way down here. I don't even know what direction we are going. We are going west. And I'm doubtful that we actually have another portal down here. I kind of figured that might be the case. Alright, we're going to go back real quick. I don't think we have any obsidian in the ender chest. Probably not even worth stopping for it. So, we'll just make our way back. Okay, that's an interesting idea. I kind of like that. Picking a direction and then having dot settlements every so often, like villages. Yeah, that's a pretty neat idea. I guess kind of similar to what I was hoping to do, but yeah, I definitely like that for sure. That's a cool idea. Alright, so what do we need? We need some obsidian. I'm gonna be kind of annoyed if I find some in here. I don't think we have any. If we do, it would be in the tools chest, and we do not. I don't even know if we have obsidian, period. Let's see. Obsidian 13. Alright, perfect. I'll take some of that and make our way back. Hopefully, if we get lucky, then we will end up right next to a stony peak, but I don't know, something tells me we're just going to end up in an ocean. I feel like a lot of this world, a very large part, is just ocean, so we will see how this goes. Okay, yeah, and then matching the style to the direction, that's pretty cool too, because we are actually matching, or at least trying to match styles as we expand. What direction are we going now? Now we are traveling south. And now, of course, once we get to the end of this, I'm sure there will probably already be another portal. That would be funny. But yes, open up the F3 menu, we are flying, and of course we come to an abrupt stop here. Alright, we'll get this portal built. We'll throw some gold in the corners because we can. And then flint and steel in the ender chest. Get that lit and head on through. Fingers crossed for a stony peak. Well, it's a stony cave. Deep slate, that is not a great sign for us. And how does that even happen? We're on the ceiling of the nether. I guess we're gonna have some digging to do, but in this process we will get some stone out of it. We could go through and regenerate. Oh, well, there we go. I was gonna say we could go through and regenerate the portal, but by the time we break all of the obsidian, we're gonna be out of this cave anyway. Although I don't want to get lost, we probably should mark down these coordinates before we get too far. So we will just get 1153 and 8070. I'll just write that in here. There we go. And now we can head on up. Yes, I have a feeling this is going to be an ocean biome. Deep, cold ocean. Well, we'll see what we get once we get out of here. We don't want these granite veins. We want stone as we mine our way out. Yes, it's very cave-tastic, isn't it? And there we go. Alright, we have hit the base of the ocean. Although we seem to have hit a pretty strong water current here. There we go. And then I do want to mark these coordinates as well, 1168 and 8087. We'll put that in our book as well. 1168 and 8087. Perfect. Alright, let's fly out of here and see if we can find any stony peaks. There is a cave over that way, a lush cave, but we're gonna head over in the direction of land. Hey, we have a pillager outpost. Chance to get a goat horn here. And then we have a stony shore. I guess stony shores could work as well. And yes, we probably should stay on top of our eating here. And this one has a laze. How awesome is that? We're not going to spend too much time here, though. We already have a laze, so we're not really after them. Really, I just want to see what is in this chest, and then we will continue on. Nothing of value. So we will move on from here. And, wow, that's scenic. They're not stony peaks, but there's stone under the snow. I think we might do the stony shore right there. That will probably be easiest. This is really cool. And look at this cave opening right here. Oh, wow. That is awesome. If we were building a underground cave settlement, this would be the place to do it. Okay, here we go. Holy cow. Well, I kind of wish we were settling here, because this is a really awesome place. These just keep going. This is gonna work for us, though. There's not too much snow on here, and we are just gonna chop. See, this is what happens, though. I get attached to these really scenic places, and then I don't want to modify them. But I think we are far enough away from our base that this will not really matter. We will find plenty more like this closer to our base. So we're going to set up the beacon and get to work on this before I change my mind. Yes, we are going to blow this mountain to smithereens. Did I bring the bed? Uh-oh. The bed is still... well, that's unfortunate. That's okay. Hopefully we shouldn't have too many mobs spawning up here. If we do, we can take them. I guess we could check for sheep in the area, but I don't see any right around here. I guess the nice thing about a gold beacon is we can tear it down pretty quickly once we are finished. That's the one thing about iron. It's cheap to build a beacon out of, but it takes a long time to break it down. I'm glad we brought the 3 stacks of blocks, because I would have been short. So we are going to go haste 2 on here, and we are going to get to work. We have a pretty good durability on both our Silk Touch pickaxe and Fortune pickaxe. And we will set up shop right here as well with our shulker boxes. And I guess we could just throw the rest of our items in here. That way we don't clog up our well, we have a bundle, so we might as well just use that. We'll get all of those items thrown into there. The buckets will take up extra space. We don't want to do that. But we can fit all of that stuff. We'll get that put away. Buckets. I guess we can get the gravel and planks in there as well. How great is it to have bundles? And then we'll put the stone in there, dark oak in here, and now we will get to work. And I guess we could start from the top, but I just want to go all the way through this thing, see what we're dealing with. Plus, then we don't have to deal with the snow right away. Or mobs. But it really shouldn't take us all that long to get what we need. I mean, we already have almost 5 stacks of stone. And what we initially built that first part of the wall with earlier was, I think, about 6 or 7 stacks. So we really only need a couple shulker boxes full. So no, we probably won't actually end up tearing down this whole mountain. That would be an absurd amount of stone. Yeah, this is definitely a lot easier than, hey, some emerald ore. We'll definitely take that. This is a heck of a lot easier than smelting down all of the cobblestone. Plus, we don't even have that much lava there right now. We need to set up the power plant, which will be right next door. We need to do that in an upcoming episode. That way we can just directly pipe that lava over into the smelting facility, and then we don't have to worry about hauling that back and forth from the old building. But we should be getting up there in stone quantity. Yeah, we have probably about 10-15 stacks of it now. We'll go ahead and unload our first batch into the shulker box and see what we are sitting at. Okay, so we are a little over 15 now. Not bad. I think we'll go for, again, 2 full shulker boxes. That should be enough to get us finished with the wall. Not too worried about all of this coal or iron trying to mine around it. Well, by pipe lava, I mean just throw the buckets from the factory over into our smelting facility where we generate them. It won't actually be lava generating directly into the furnaces. There will still be a little bit of manual work, but it will be a lot easier than... There's our first mobs. It will be a lot easier than hauling it back and forth from the old smelting facility. Probably get some torches placed down in here because they will continue to spawn even in the day. And we have a goat right around the corner. I don't know if we brought goats back in our Zoo Part 1, which I know we still have not done Zoo Part 2. I still need a break from hauling all of those animals back. That took us a very long time. Also, I don't even know if I featured this in that video, but I tried to bring dolphins back on a lead. I put them into our lake. Surprisingly, they didn't suffocate or anything on dry land. I was able to get them all the way up there, but I did not realize this about dolphins at the time. They despawn and respawn, so we would have had to name tag them. I will do that in the future. We will have dolphins in our zoo, but again, I just need a break from that because that was very laborious and that took us a lot of time to do that. So again, taking a break, but I do want to have that zoo. But yeah, the goats, I don't know if we have goats or not. I don't think we do. I don't recall bringing goats back. It wouldn't be all that difficult, although I guess we are out in the middle of the ocean with our portal here. But we could make a portal up here, take them through, get them onto the ceiling, and go from there. And then just haul them back in the boats on the ice highway. regardless, we have many different options. Alright, so we should be getting pretty close with the stone now. Let's see what we are at. Of course, that box is full, and then that one is filling up. I think we put a little bit into there. So we just need a few more stacks here, and then we will be good to head back home. And I certainly do actually like that idea of having a remote quarry. I mean, this mountain will last us for a very long time if we just hang out here and mine stone from it. So I think we might end up doing that. I won't move the portal right now, or probably even today, but yes, at some point we will get around to that. And I think we are hitting the other end of the mountain over here on this side. So we've hit all 4 sides now, and we've almost taken out an entire layer, so we're about to have a floating mountain. But that should be good for the stone. We'll just go around here and gather a little bit of this. I'm not too worried about the single pieces that are just lingering. But that should be more than enough now. Let's throw all of that in there. I guess we could go ahead and finish filling up that shulker chest. We'll just grab this. And I think we'll leave the beacon here for now, or at least the beacon base. I do like having speed back at home. We also need to set up the wither skeleton farm a little bit more. That's another thing I've kind of been pushing back, and another thing I probably need to add to this list. There we go. Because I do have to mob-proof that whole area, and I kind of bit off more than I could chew with that. The mob-proofing has ended up taking a lot longer and covering a lot larger of an area than I thought it was going to. Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, I understand your name now. Alright, got that connection. Thanks for clarifying that. We need 9 more stone here. And of course, you know, I always appreciate the comments and tips on all of the videos. They are all very helpful. So we are going to pack up, head home, and get back to work on that wall. So we should be good here. Alright, so it was at 1168, 8087. So we'll just fly over all these mountains here. Alright, 8087. And we have a ocean monument right over there. Actually, not too far from where we came through the water. That's a little alarming. But we should be okay. Alright, 1168 and 8087 puts us right here. Perfect. And that's going to get annoying. We're going to block off that water. I guess we'll throw some torches in here as well as we make our way down. Again, we are going to move that portal. This is not really going to be a permanent setup here. But we will do that another time. And where did we come through the cave wall from? I think it was over here, right here. Here we go. Get a torch placed down right there to let some light through. Alright, back to the nether. Is this going to spawn us in the... below the ceiling? Oh, I really hope it doesn't. Okay, thank goodness. Because I did not have a way to break through. That would have been annoying to deal with. But we're good. We are on our way home. Yes, it was very productive. Alright, back home. And it's nice to have that fast access to something so far away. Nothing quite like a blue ice highway on the ceiling of the nether. Alright, back to the wall. We do need a little bit more dark oak. We could probably, I guess we could just get that taken care of now, do all of our resource collecting right now, and then we can just focus on building afterwards. So we'll get some of these trees, we'll hit them with fortune. I don't know if fortune does anything on the pickaxe with saplings, but it doesn't hurt to try. I still need to get some really nice enchanted shears for us. Although I guess for leaves it would probably be, it would be a hoe, which... we have silk touch on ours, so that's not going to work for us. We do have a lot more dark oak saplings back home, though, and that's probably a lot easier. So we'll just go grab all of those. We need some bone meal anyway. So we'll grab that. We'll just go with a few bone blocks there, and some dark oak saplings. Like I said, more than enough. And we'll get these placed down around here. We'll go with maybe one right there, right here. And then we have a couple more, we'll just hang on to those. Alright, perfect. So that will hopefully give us enough wood to make a decent stretch on the wall. It might even be enough to get us all the way to the bridge, we'll see. That did not work. And then I also need to fix the item filters over in our house down there where we have the wood going in. Something happened with them. I don't think I set them up correctly. Well, obviously I didn't because they broke. So now all of our items are going into the first chest instead of filtering as they're supposed to, but I haven't really ever spent so much time here that I've needed to empty my inventory into that yet. I do want to do that and just completely stock up on more than enough wood, just have shulker boxes and shulker boxes full of wood, but we'll see how that goes. It makes building a lot easier because then we can just grab all of the wood that we need, or all of the whatever we need. Even for stone, just having more than enough resources makes building so much more pleasant. Because like right now, then we don't have to stop for resource gathering. We'd probably be close to being finished with the wall. But this is something that we were going to have to do anyway, so I'm not too disappointed in that. We'll see what we are at here after we get this last little bit of wood. That should be everything out of the leaves. We'll just grab the remaining wood here at the ground. And then we'll hang out here for a little bit and collect some of these saplings, get them replanted. But that will put our wood total up to about 4 stacks. I think we have a little bit more in the ender chest, but a little bit over 4 stacks, I think close to 4.5. So that should get us pretty far, if not completely finished, with all of those pillars. Just run around here, grab all of those, replant them so that they have time to grow on their own. And we'll do that same thing again, a couple more here on the insides. That should be enough for now. So let's head over to the wall then and get back to work on that. Yeah, we'll definitely haven't, well, it'll be close on the dark oak. I think we'll go ahead and just finish that up right now and get it over with, and then we'll go through with our stone. Oh, yes, I forgot. Oh, I completely forgot we made that change. I'm glad I had that marked out right here, though. But I forgot that we ended up putting pillars in between all of them. We initially had them spaced out 9 blocks apart, but then we decided to put another pillar in the middle. So all of these sections are spaced out 4 blocks apart now instead of 9, which means twice as many pillars as I previously thought. So yeah, we will probably need a lot more dark oak, but it definitely makes it look a little bit nicer. So we'll just go through here and get those pillars added in. So I guess we would have one here in the middle, and then maybe, I don't know, I think we might just have one going up in the middle right there and not have any in between. And then we'll place the rest of them right here. We're gonna need that pig to move out of the way. There we go. Is that's the middle. Perfect. And then we're good there. I know we have a little bit more work to do on the other side. But now we will just go through here, placing all of those in between. I guess we did kind of skip this part because it was floating and not really a good way to go back and place those back in. In fact, we're just going to skip all of this altogether and come back to it in a little bit. Alright, so maybe we will just start from the other end, since it is nice and flat down here, nice and even. I mean, not perfectly flat, but we don't have any massive caverns underneath this part of the wall. So we will get to work on here. Just filling all of these in one at a time. We probably need to harvest some of these pumpkins, and speaking of pumpkins, with Halloween right around the corner, of course I did do that haunted house tutorial earlier this week, but I do want to do a haunted house over at our graveyard separate from the one that I built. In fact, I was initially designing one for this world, and that's what that ended up being, but it was way too large to have in this world. It would have kind of dominated the scene. So I want to build a little bit of a smaller one. We don't want this world to revolve around a single haunted house. But I think either our next episode or the episode after will be a haunted house. And then I think what we will do every year in this world, as long as it is going, is we will just revisit that graveyard area around Halloween and add something festive to it. But maybe we should decorate our house with a carved pumpkin or something like that, just to get us in the season. There we go. Okay, so we are actually running out of dark oak somewhat quickly, but we are making pretty good progress overall. And of course, because we already placed all of these logs on the bottom row, we're only building up 7 instead of 8, which does help us save a few dark oak logs. Alright, we'll get 3 more pillars plus whatever we have here in the ender chest. Let's just grab that out now. Oh, that was fortune. That could have been bad. I can't even keep track of how many ender chests I have destroyed from using fortune instead of silk. No wonder we don't have very much obsidian. It has all come full circle. I do need to make a trip to the end at some point and just tear down an entire obsidian tower. Maybe we will do that on a live stream. That might be a little bit boring, but it would be something where we could just hang out and chat. Not a whole lot to focus on content-wise. And that is going to be the end of our dark oak. We will just place the final few right there. So we got a lot farther than I thought. I know initially I said we would probably have enough, but we're what, maybe a third of the way there, close to halfway. If we fly up and take a look at that. Yeah, a little under halfway. That's not bad. So let's get a few more dark oak trees. We have a little bit of bone meal left over, and then we will just have to wait for the rest of these to grow on their own. And while we do that, then we can just start filling in the stone. Okay, so we'll chop these down. Yes, I absolutely could live stream all the mods. I think that would be pretty fun. Of course, we're not really at the point right now where there's much to live stream, but yes, in the future, I definitely hope to do that. I think that would be a great use of a live stream. And yes, refined storage. Absolutely love that mod. Oh, alright, there we go. We got another tree right in front of our eyes. Yeah, all the mods is going to take us a little bit of time to get going. Crafted Chaos, as much as I liked that series and as disappointing as the finish to it was definitely a little bit rushed. I mean, we were full-blown creative flying in episode 30 or something like that. So it was definitely very fast-paced. This one I really want to slow down and have it be a lot more like this series, where we have all these different areas and buildings and adventures, and we're just going to take our time with the entire thing. I do still want to cover at least one mod in every episode because there are hundreds of mods. So we'll still focus on doing that, but yeah. Alright, so we'll gather up a few more saplings. We got about 2.5 more stacks of wood there, so that will get us close. I don't think, again, it will be enough for us to finish, because we had 4.5 stacks going into that, or 5, something like that, but we will get close. I think, do we want to wait for a few more saplings here? I think we have enough for, well, okay, well, never mind. We got saplings falling 3, 4, we'll wait a little bit longer. And there's probably a few that fell into the gutter here, maybe. No, but we might have some down here at the house. So you can see right here, well, never mind, you can't. That's because it is not on. I forgot we have the minecart system up here that we have to turn on. But we will just go down here in this hopper. We have 1 sapling. Okay. We'll make our way back up. But yeah, so the item filter in this broke. That is the first hopper that the items travel through. So we ended up with all kinds of random item. Oh wait, no, it was this one. The oak still works, the spruce is broken somehow, so we end up with all of our items in there. Nonetheless, I need to fix it. And we have another tree while we were away. We'll just keep chopping these down, get as much wood as we can. The other thing that I really like about doing these live streams, especially in this world, is it is holding me accountable because, let's be honest, I was not going to do that wall for a very long time. Probably until we actually had buildings all the way... Oh, wow. These trees are just popping up all over the place. But yeah, I would probably not have touched that wall. I did not mean to strip that. Oh well, it adds texture. But yes, I would not have ended up touching that wall until we got out there with our buildings. Same with the paths. I procrastinate a lot when it comes to those paths. They do take time, but they add so much to this world, and I absolutely love them. So I do enjoy taking the time to do them. I definitely like when they are done, but again, it just takes a long time to get to that point. So we'll get, I think, just one more tree planted here. Perfect. And that should be enough for us to move on. We should have enough wood to get us quite a ways down that wall. Let's see, sim distance. Let's see, I think 10 chunks maybe? 12? That should be, let me turn down the render distance here. That should be in the, yeah, it's loaded in. Just turn that back up. We'll move that up just a little bit just in case, and we probably don't need a 24 chunk render distance. But yeah, those should grow in the background. So we'll get back to work on this. Throw that right there for some texture, and head back down this way and work our way back. So these 3 already have their second log, so we're just going up 6 on these. Then the rest of these are going to be 7. I think we'll get close with what we have. And then we're going to need to figure out what we want to do with this cobblestone as well. I think I'm just going to leave it as the base layer for now, since we are texturing with cobblestone. I'm not actually going to tear it down and replace it with stone. That would be a little bit of a waste of time, because we will go back and add cobblestone. So we will leave that, but we will build our stone on top of it. I didn't want to build the wall with all cobblestone initially, even though we have a ton of it, because it just takes slightly longer to break than stone. Not by much, but enough to where if we had this entire wall of cobblestone and we were going back through and breaking 75% of it, then it would definitely take a lot longer. It's gonna be close. I don't know if we're gonna quite get there. We'll need a couple more trees. Yes, that is a great idea, texturing with mossy cobblestone, but I will also go back and add some other textures in that base layer. It's not just gonna stay cobblestone, it will also have andesite and tuff and all of that in it as well, so it will be pretty varied. But yeah, I do plan on having those mossy blocks towards the base where we have the grass. That'll give us a really nice gradient working up towards the top. It's going to be really close. We are going to be short, but again, very close with this. And we have some pillagers. Of course, in the previous updates, I would have avoided them, but I always like to go in here, kill the captain for that ominous bottle. We only got Bad Omen 1. That's okay. The other day, I did get a second Bad Omen 5 bottle, I think, or maybe it was Bad Omen 4. And I guess they're just gonna chase us up the hill, aren't they? We'll have to take care of them. I could probably just go in with the sword. It would probably be easier. But there we go. Problem solved. That time it was not a cow. But yeah, the Bad Omen 5 is definitely really nice, because then we get that Trial Omen. And we have a zombie that has wandered out of the cave, but we get that Trial Omen, and I've found that I can get back and forth between our first trial chamber and the second one. I can do those combined about 4.5 times. I can't do a full cycle, but I can do about 4.5 ominous trials with all of those. That's how I got all of those keys, 21 of them. And we just have 5 left. We are actually getting very close though. We only need probably 2 more stacks of that dark oak wood. So let's head back and get a little bit more. We should have a few more trees. Oh, well, we don't have any. We'll go grab some bone meal then. We might have some in the barn. My daughter is watching for a second. She is an aspiring builder too. She is 10. Well, that is awesome. Yes, stick with it. Building is so much fun. That's probably about when I started building, around the age of 10, 9 or 10. And with enough practice, stuff just comes naturally, like this. Just stick with it. I mean, some of the builds aren't going to be that great, others will be. But the more you stick with it, why am I flying back here? The more you stick with it, the better you will become. It's all about practice and repetitions, learning what works, learning what doesn't work. and watching tutorials, to be completely honest. Hey, look at that. Every time we come over here, we get a tree that grows right in front of our eyes. But watching tutorials is another great way to do that. Oh, there we go. Just learning. That's awesome. Just learning about the different ways to build stuff. I was watching tutorials and just copying builds block for block for a very long time. But you just kind of learn how different processes work, how to create different things, working with shapes, and actually here pretty soon I'm hoping to start a full in-depth build, sort of like, I think I'm going to call it Builders University, something like that. Similar to Grian's build school. I have actually seen a few episodes of that, and I think he did a great job on that. That's another series I recommend for starting builders or advanced builders. There's a lot of great tips in that, but I just want to make one that is even more in-depth than that. I mean, hundreds of episodes just talking about all the technical stuff, color theory and block theory, just all the stuff that you wouldn't normally find a 20-minute video about, and I just want to make it super in-depth. But of course, the number one thing throughout that series is going to be emphasizing the point that the number one thing you can do is just practice. And of course, the best part about building is you create something and you think it looks really good, and then you revisit it a year later, and all of a sudden that build that you thought was really good is suddenly not so good, and that is amazing because that means that you are improving. If you looked at that same build from a year ago and it was the exact same as what you're building today, that means that there hasn't really been any changes or anything like that. So showing signs of improvement like that is a great way. Even on this world, we have definitely shifted the style quite a bit. Of course, from our starter house right down there to where we are now, the style has changed quite a bit. But yeah, more on that series in the coming months. I'm working on all the plans for it. It's going to be very in-depth. But we have just about a full inventory, and there we go. So we're going to put a couple of those back. And we're going to fly over and get the rest of these placed down. We'll probably leave the rest of that dark oak for now. And we'll just go ahead and fill all of this up, place these in. Oh, nice. I like to hear that. That is a great way to spend a Saturday, just binge watching Minecraft videos. I have certainly been there before. Alright, we are just about finished with this. Just a couple more pillars right over here on this side. And these animals are really trying to get in our way today. Is that 7? I lost count because of it. That's 7. And we are just about there. Of course, we have this stretch that is over the cavern, but like I said, we're going to skip that for now. So that is all of those pillars. Let's get some sleep over here. And then I guess we have one more pillar to hit right here. We will do that real quick. and this one down here, and a few more on this side actually. Just build up one block above, and then we have a few on that back side, but we will worry about those a little bit later. So now all of our pillars are filled in. We have finished that stretch, and what I really like about this is now you can really see the contours in the land, similar to how the wall is right over there. So the next step will be filling in all of the stone. We are going to take a quick break. I'm going to get some water, and I will meet all of you back here in just a few minutes. Alright, we are back, and I am ready to get to work on this wall. So we are going to fly down here. We're going to start from this end again. I think that will be a little bit easier for us. And we are going to grab out all of the stone that we just got from the quarry here. And we will get that. I should probably empty my inventory as we do this. That way we can give ourselves a little bit more capacity. And that should be good. We'll go with that. Alright, let's get to work on this. This is easy because all we have to do is go up 1 block below the logs that we have. The only thing is, every time we have a contour in the land, every time the elevation changes, it changes the height of the block. So we do need to keep that in mind. I'm trying to figure out if it would be easier to just go up 7 like that and then go to the next one, or if we just build like how I was doing it before, where we just place 1. Actually, I think what might be easiest is just going across the row, just like this, 1 at a time, all the way until we reach the end, and then we will just go back and we will do that 7 times. I think that will be the easiest way to keep count. That way we can just count the total number of rows instead of the individual pillars. Oh, we don't want to drink that. And I accidentally fortuned that. That's okay. We'll put that away. We should probably be holding the silk pickaxe anyway as we do this. But I think this is going to be the easiest way to go about this. That way we can ensure that every row goes up for the number of blocks that it needs to. Or I guess every column slash pillar, whatever we want to call it. And we will just go and stop right before we get to the cavern right there. Although it might be easier if we did 2 at a time. We should still be able to reach everything, regardless of where we are. Yeah, that's gonna work. And we have some baby zombies now that want to say hi and check out our wall. Yeah, I think this is even easier than how we were doing it before. And of course, these ones are only going up for a total of 6. We already had that base layer, and they are only 7 to begin with. So after we make this pass, we will be halfway done. With this side, at least. We still have to do that side. We're just about there. Now, I'm not really sure if we will continue this wall past the other side of the bridge. I know we have that canyon right there, so it might not even be necessary to have that. The whole idea behind the wall was that it kind of protects us from the valley. I mentioned this when we started building it, that we would sort of turn this into more of a lore-based world. Not 100%, but give it a little bit more character and life, I suppose. So that's why we're building this wall, to protect ourselves from the very accessible valley, whereas on all of the other sides we have this large canyon here, we have mountains over there, and then of course an ocean out that way. So we're protected on most fronts. It was just this valley that was pretty exposed. That's why we built this wall here. Protect the village from any potential intruders, although the ones not too long ago were inside of the wall. Of course, it doesn't actually stop anything, but it's all about that lore that kind of makes it a little bit more interesting. Alright, so now we just have 3 more layers. I don't know if we want to do 3 at a time. Yeah, we definitely don't want to do that. So we'll just go 2. Yeah, it's definitely fun giving the world some lore and a story behind everything. Makes it more fun to build stuff too. And it can sometimes be easier to get a sense of the direction that you're going with certain builds. That way you know what else you need. Because we're going to be finished with this wall, but what good is the wall going to do if we don't have, say, some kind of army barracks where all of the guards will be able to be stationed, or watchtowers to protect it? And then, of course, well, what exactly are they protecting? Well, obviously the village and all of the village people. Where are the village people living? Well, they need some houses, so now we have to build some houses. And it just kind of spirals from there into this long process of all different builds. And then if you have all of these villagers, well, of course they have to have jobs. So now we need to build certain workplaces, have enough variety. Yeah, I guess we will have a YMCA here. All the village people. Alright, we're just about there on this row. We need a little bit more stone. We'll get some sleep while we're over here. And is our stone in there? It is all the way at the other side. I guess we will just place down this shulker box here and have stone at each end that we can easily access. We might as well fill up all the way. There we go. And I guess we'll just start from this. Well, I guess we're stopping at the cavern, so we'll go over here and pick back up from this side. Let's see, where were we? Right here. So I think we need 2 there. Yes, perfect. And now we're just going to go back across the top one more time with a single row. And then this whole stretch of the wall will be finished. But yeah, going back to that, I didn't want to call them villagers because we're not necessarily going to populate this with actual villagers. I mean, I'm sure we will have some, but I didn't want there to be any confusion with that, because I don't necessarily want hundreds of villagers running all around our town. That might get to be a little much. But we will have a few here and there, just to give it a little bit more life. And that was too many rows. I was reading a comment about why I chose Java over Bedrock. So I actually started on Pocket Edition way back in, I don't know, was it 2012, 2013, something like that, shortly after Pocket Edition was released. And then once I got a computer, and there we go. All right, so that row is finished. Let's fly back and have a look at this. I will continue that question here in a moment. I'm liking it. I think that looks great. So that's one side of the wall. We have one more to do, and then that stretch right up there. And then, of course, we have to go back through with our dark oak fences, get those placed in, get the stairs, and probably even out the ground a little bit around the base. That way we don't have any of that exposed dirt or anything like that. We're going to skip texturing for today. I really just wanted to get this wall up. The texturing will come at another time. Again, that's just my way of saying I'm going to procrastinate it. But again, it takes a long time. We'll get to it eventually, don't worry. So, we'll get a little bit more stone out of here. And we'll just do the same thing on this side of the wall that we did before. Starting with a layer of 2 stone right here, going all the way down the row. But yeah, I started on Pocket Edition, but got a computer and then switched to Java, which at the time was just PC. And I've really just been playing that ever since. I did try the Windows 10 edition when it was called that, back before they made everything cross-compatible. So, yeah, I started on... Are these going up 3? Dang it. I got too focused on talking there. Okay, we're good. It was only 1 row. So, really, I did start on Pocket Edition, but quickly switched over to Java. And of course, there's the availability of mods and texture packs and all of those things that weren't immediately available, especially on Pocket Edition. You couldn't do anything like that. Maps, texture packs, none of it. So I kind of stuck with Java, and yeah, that's really why. I have played on Bedrock. It's definitely different. I like the feel of Java a lot more than the feel of Bedrock, because if you've played both, they definitely have a very specific style and feel while you're playing them, like physically. The way things look and the way the mouse moves and all different kinds of stuff. And then, of course, the more specific game mechanics and all of that. But yeah, I've just always preferred Java to Bedrock. But they both have their advantages and disadvantages for sure. Alright, we are getting close on these first couple rows here. I think we're just going to leave the pumpkins in there for now. I don't see a reason not to. It's not like we need the pumpkins. Our pumpkin farm has been very hard at work for us. Alright, there we go. So that is our first row complete. Now we're gonna work our way back for the second row, or I guess third and fourth, but second pass. And I think we're gonna have to come back here and clean this up a little bit, or a lot, later on. Definitely very nice having that swift sneak on our leggings. Oh, welcome to the chat. I'm so sorry, I'm not good. Is it Gui? I hope I'm saying that correctly. We are currently working in our survival world. Welcome to the channel, by the way. So, for a little bit more context, we are nearing episode 100 of our survival series, and we have this whole valley. Let me just mark my place here. We have this whole valley that we have been expanding on throughout the entire series, starting with our starter home right here in the middle, and then slowly expanding out. This is our museum, which will be revealed. The inside will be revealed on episode 100. But currently, we are working on a wall to protect our village from any hostile entities. Of course, it doesn't actually protect against hostile entities, but this wide open valley right here sort of allows an outlet for anything like that in. On all other sides of our valley, we have mountains right up here, mountains over that way, an ocean in that direction, and a very large canyon underneath our suspension bridge. But this whole area was pretty exposed, so that is what the wall is for. So we're currently building that up. We've been working on that most of today's stream, and we're taking care of a few other to-do items, I suppose, if that's what we want to call them. Things that I have fallen behind on, but we are finally getting caught back up. But yeah, thanks for stopping in. Feel free to hang out as long as you'd like, ask any questions if you have any, and again, welcome to the channel. Thank you, yeah, so we actually have an episode on that bridge. I can't give you the specific episode number. I think it was somewhere around 70, 60 or 70. So if you want to go back and search for that episode in a little bit, you can find that whole bridge. I don't have a tutorial on it. I guess I could do one, though. I might actually end up doing a tutorial on that, because a lot of people have said that same thing, and I'm actually so happy with how that turned out. Better than I could have hoped, that's for sure. Alright, so we're going back. Oh yeah, absolutely. Thanks for stopping in. So we are now going back on our final pass, and then this side of the wall will be finished. And then it will be time to, again, get some of those dark oak fences put into place, some of the stairs surrounding each of the dark oak posts that we have. And then we need to fill in the floor, but we might actually take the time to do an episode on that, since that's not something that we've really covered all that much. I know we briefly started it, but we never fully got there with all of these contours, because it's definitely going to be interesting having a floor that kind of slopes in between each side of the wall while also sloping down in that direction. And yes, thank you for that. Episode 59 is the bridge, so if you want to go check that out, definitely do that. Alright, we need a little bit more stone and we need some sleep, so we'll head back over in this direction. Okay, got you with your name. Thanks for that. Alright, so we were about right here, it looks like. And is that right? I don't know, we can always come back to it later on. I guess it is, because that side matches up as... Oh, wait, no, none of this is right, actually. Or is it? Where did we leave off? I think we left off right here. Alright, we'll have to fix that, or maybe leave it. I think I kind of like how that ended up looking. We are getting very close. It will be good to have this finished. This has been looming in the back of my mind for a very long time. I wasn't really sure when I was going to have the time to finish it. And... wait, was that right? Maybe? I don't know if that was right or not, but here we go. Just a couple more. 1, 2, and 1. And there we go. Alright, I guess we could fill in this spot right here as well. We'll just hit that real quick, and then we'll fly back and look at this whole thing. I guess we'll do something like that. That looks like it will flow perfectly. And let's have a look at this. The wall is now pretty much all finished. We still have that area over the cavern that we're gonna have to deal with at some point. But let's get up here on this tree. I mean, it doesn't look all that different from what we saw before because we're seeing that same side complete. But let's fly over to this side. Have a look from up here. I'll go ahead and pause the game right there. I like that. I think it turned out great. Of course, it's not even close to being done yet, but it is a great start for us. So now... well, now we need to work on this area, which again poses a little bit of a challenge to us. The question really becomes if we want to have it flat up here, or have it slope down gradually, or just have a sudden drop-off right there. I don't know, we have a few different options with that. I think I might hold off on it for now, and we will return to that at another time. We have a few more posts that we need to put in right here. And these are supposed to be 7 blocks. I don't know why that isn't like that. We're gonna go up one more anyway. So, how big will the wall be? Well, this is actually gonna be its final size, what we have right here. So, it's gonna be about this tall and this long. I mentioned before, I'm not really sure if I want to continue it past the bridge, but I don't think we're gonna need to because, again, we have this giant canyon right here, and it's kind of a natural defense from, again, any hostile outsiders. So I don't think we need to extend it over here. We have some very steep cliffs, again, this canyon, the river. So I think just what we have right here, going along this line where it's pretty flat, going up that small hill right here, and then continuing through this dip in the terrain. And then it will stop somewhere along here, probably just right there, because the terrain does get pretty steep going up. We will probably have some kind of watchtower or something like that in this area right here, but I think this is about where it will end. So now we need to, well, we need slabs and stairs. I think we've spent a lot of time on the wall today. I think we will take a break from that and move on to one other thing for the remainder of the stream. So again, we've taken care of the wall. We could do the interior. That would be a great change in pace. We are going to do the interior of our windmill once and for all, right in here. I did actually design this when I built this in Creative, I did do an interior for it, and I was pretty happy with how it turned out. But we are going to go for something original. I'm not going to reference any photos for that today, but we will follow the same concept that I used when I did build it the first time. So we'll start by clearing out the floor in here. I think we will go with, and I'm not saying this just because we have it, but I think we will go with a dark oak floor. This building is kind of meant to be pretty cozy and small, so we're gonna use those darker blocks, make it sort of moody inside, and get a nice cozy feel going. We'll just turn a bunch of those into planks. There we go, we are already making progress on this. So I think what we will do is have this be a living space right over here. I think we have a chimney here. Yes, we have a chimney right here, even on the first floor. So we will remove some of those, get a cobblestone placed in there. We'll use a campfire for the inside of that, but I think we can even take out this stone wall and just have that brick be exposed. I kind of like that, and then we will just extend this floor to the edge, like that. Yeah, there we go. So we'll get a campfire put in right here, we'll get some furniture placed in, and then our staircase. Now this is where things get a little bit complicated, because the stairs, if we have them up against the wall right here, which is how we will do this, even when we have them like that, they will still be one block short of this wall up here, and if we break through that, of course that stone is still exposed from the outside. So the staircase doesn't really line up, it kind of comes up right through the middle of this build right here, but that's okay. We will make that work. So what do we need? I think we need to make some spruce stairs for that. Or dark oak, I mean. We'll do dark oak. And let's figure out where exactly we want these stairs to come up. So if we did a stair right there, and then we turned it like that, and then we turn it one more time like this, is that going to help us maximize this space? I think it will, actually. That's going to give us quite a bit of room over here. We will have a gap in the floor right here, but that's okay. We can get something else put in this spot as well. Oh, don't worry, we are going to use a campfire for the fireplace. But yes, I suppose maybe this block we could replace with a cobblestone. I don't know why I just switched those blocks out. We'll do cobblestone right there, just to be safe. Okay, so I think that is going to work for us, actually, if we do something like this. We'll do an upside down stair there and there. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll work for us. And then we can have a work area right over here. The living quarters right over there. The living room, I should say. And then up here, we will have the kitchen. Maybe we could fit a table right over here. We'll see how that works. And then in here, we will have the bedroom. It is going to be a very cozy fit. But this stone actually doesn't need to be here. And we can fit in one more fireplace, so we are going to do that. Yes, I completely understand that. And actually, that has been a fear of mine. Lightning strikes with certain buildings. Of course, the rain typically puts out the fire, but that's still been a concern of mine. We probably need to get some lightning rods put down. Primarily, the cherry building right over here, the storage building. Our house is another big one. The villager hall, they're okay, that's mushroom blocks. The town hall has a lot of stone in it. But yeah, that's always been a thought in the back of my mind. What happens if we have a fire that breaks out? I'm afraid it would probably do a lot of damage, but most of these builds I have built in creative and I have tutorials for, so we sort of have some insurance in that regard. But back inside here, let's get a torch placed down. We don't need any monsters spawning. We're gonna go grab our bed from the wall over here. We'll grab these shulker boxes as well. So for this interior, we are probably going to need... Well, I think we might go with... I think we'll go with mangrove for the first floor furniture. I think that would look really nice in here. We also need to replace this grass with some more dark oak. There we go. And then we can get those doors put back into place. So I think mangrove furniture down here, maybe a scaffolding as a side table. Let's go ahead and try that. I know we have scaffolding in here. We don't have any mangrove on us, but we will get that here in just a second. So we'll do scaffolding right there. We'll get a chair placed down there, one right there. Maybe a shelf built right into here, and for that we'll go with dark oak trapdoors. Full inventory. Let's empty out some of this stone. We really don't need that anymore. So we will go with a couple oak trapdoors, or dark oak trapdoors. We will do one right there and then one above that block, and then we can get something put onto there. A flower pot or a lantern or something like that. Over here, well, this needs to be replaced with spruce slabs. We'll do those going across the top. We'll get an upside down brick stair placed here from the inside. That way we can block off the top of that. And what else do we need? I think just mangrove and bricks. And that's about it. And then we will get in some of the smaller detailing items here in just a moment. Alright, so we need to go to the storage building. Yes, absolutely. We have a lot of varieties of places to sleep, and that's kind of the idea behind this. It's kind of nice that we can sleep at some of these places. Of course, I want to keep some level of realism. I don't want a bed in our storage hall or in the trading hall or the museum for that matter, but it is nice to have all of the houses with beds in them and things like that. Alright, bricks are going to be over here for us. I think. No, they're around on the front. They used to be back there, but I relocated them up here. So we need just a single brick stair and then some flower pots. We'll just craft 7. They're always nice to have on hand. And what else do we need? We need a nice flower, something that contrasts well with mangrove. I think maybe... You know, I think we'll just go with a white tulip. There's a lot of green in there. That gives us really good contrast. I don't know that we have a lot of mangrove, if any. Yeah, we don't have any in here. We have some stairs. Oh, wait. That's what we need, though. So we are good, then. Alright, let's head back to the windmill. And we will place down... Well, we'll get our brick stair into place. Get that taken care of. There we go. And then I guess I forgot the campfire. Oh no, don't even worry about monopolizing the chat. You are all good. It is fun to definitely just not to talk by myself for once, so the stream is definitely fun, and again, that's what the chat is for. So we are going to get our flower pot. I think we'll do flower pot on the scaffolding, white tulip, and then right here we will do a lantern. Now, I don't think I have any lanterns here. We will do a torch, just as a temporary placeholder, and then our mangrove stairs, one right there and one right there. We do need a rug though, don't we? If only we had a little bit of wool. So let's fly down here and check the status of the wool farm. It's gonna be full again. Yes, well, here we go. What color rug? I think we will go with something that pops against the floor, the mangrove floor, I'm thinking orange for this. Make an orange carpet here. And of course the ender chest is back at the windmill with all of our firework rockets in it. So we'll take the scenic way back. I guess it's up over this way. See, that's what happens when I do all of the... Oh, no, we had it right the first time. When I fly everywhere, I lose track of where our paths are. We do need to extend a path up to the front door as well. Orange carpet right there. That looks nice. Good contrast. And yeah, I think all we're missing right here is a campfire. Maybe a row of iron bars across the front. We'll do that here in just a second. What do we want to do here? We could fill this in with stone and just have a solid wall. We could do another shelf. I think what we will do is a scaffolding right there. And then maybe right here we will do a painting. Now I don't have any wool. I don't think. Up here anyway. We have plenty of wool, but we will put a painting right there once I get a little bit more. Over here, again, this is going to be a bit of a work area. So we are going to have a stone cutter. I know this is my ender chest stone cutter, but I will replace it later on. We'll do that right here. Have that going sideways. We also need a... What else looks good? Maybe a blast furnace in here. I think we'll just run back to our workstations chest. Get a few more firework rockets. And we'll just grab out a handful of different workstations that we think would fit in. So, yeah, I think a cauldron would work. Maybe a smithing table. And maybe a furnace as well. And that should be good. I think we'll go with that to start anyway. And then I really need to clean out my inventory. This is getting to be a bit much. Put that egg away. We have some coal ore from our quarry adventure. We could probably put our beacon back as well. And what else did I see in here that goes on this side? The ominous bottle. Throw that in there. Okay, it's a little bit more space. So, we'll need bookshelves for the bedroom. We will need a bed for the bedroom. A stone cutter for our ender chest, which we can put away right now. I guess we can throw all of these things in here. And I think some barrels for general storage, and then we should be good. I guess we just have one. That will be enough to get us started. Maybe a fletching table too. I don't know if we grabbed any of those. Alright, back up to the windmill. Okay. So, in here we have our bookshelves. I guess we forgot the wool for the paintings. But the barrel, I think we'll do the barrel up above, like that. We need some kind of countertop. We could do dark oak logs. We could do, I think we'll do stone bricks. So we'll go with, I think we'll use stairs. And 3 should be good. So we'll do one right there. And then we need that cauldron placed in. We'll get that right there. One more there in the corner. And one right here. And then, of course, the smithing table with all of the tools hanging off of it. We'll place that there. And I think this is a pretty good work area. Of course, it is not the best, but it is better than nothing. Now we just need to fill in right here under these stairs, so we'll get some planks right there. Upside down stairs. and one more set of planks right in there. So we have our staircase that leads up. We have our work area. It definitely needs a few more barrels. And we are out of spruce slabs, but once we get those put in, it will feel very complete. And then we also need our lanterns. I forgot all kinds of stuff. So lanterns, paintings, barrels, and that should be everything. We will get a torch placed down here in the meantime. Alright, moving on to the upstairs. I guess that is not going to work for us. There we go. Moving on to the upstairs. I think so this is going to be the kitchen. I think we will go with... what do we want to do up here? I think birch would do really... I think that would fit in really nicely. Yeah, the random firework rockets are a great touch. I should turn them into some actual fireworks, so every time that happens, we get a nice explosion of colors. So I think we'll go grab some birch and use that for the kitchen. Make it a little bit more bright and lively. I keep flying past the storage. Believe me, I do that when I'm not even making videos. I do that all the time. So we will just get a stack of birch wood here, and that will be enough to get us started. We need some wool for paintings. It doesn't matter what color, we'll just use white because we have a stupid amount of it. And we definitely don't need more than a stack. And then we need some sticks. And what else did I say? A lantern. And then we should be good. Oh, iron bars as well. 1, 2, and 3. I guess upstairs. And then campfires. Alright, now I'm remembering everything that we need. I don't think we have campfires though. So we're gonna make a couple real quick. 2 pieces of coal. We have the dark oak and we have the sticks. Alright, so we can craft those once we get up there. So we will start with the lantern right here in place of that torch. We will get one more lantern. I guess I forgot the barrels. Oh well. One more lantern here in the corner. We can make barrels. It's fine. And then... what else did we bring over? The iron bars. 1, 2, and 3 going across like that. And we will do 3 more up here. Again, our fireplace will be... oh, no, I guess not. That is not going to work. We'll have to go outside and fix that. So we'll grab that stair. Oh, wait, there we go. Put that stair back. I guess we're going to have to go in 1 block for the fireplace up here. But that might take away from the space in the room. Yeah, that's not going to give us very much space. Maybe we will go without a fireplace up here, and maybe we'll use some candles or something instead. So then we also have the birch. That is what we are using for the kitchen counters. Make a few of those, get some upside down stairs placed in. I think we'll go with 1, 2, turn that, 3, and 4. Something like that. We need one more cauldron in here and a furnace. Did we put a furnace in here? We sure did. We'll do a furnace right there, a cauldron right there for the sink, which we do not have any more cauldrons. We'll need to make a few more of those. But other than that, I think that's really all we need for the kitchen. And then this space over here, I guess we could just decorate that with a few candles and trophies and things like that. We'll do that in a moment. For now, let's get that cauldron made, just so that we can get the kitchen taken care of. Do we have any extras? We do. Is there anything else that we are going to need for the bedroom? I think we will be okay. Hopefully this will be our last trip to the storage building for now. Alright, cauldron placed down. That's pretty much the extent of the kitchen. We do need to get this ceiling put into place. We have white wool, so we are going to use it. We should probably also throw a torch or a lantern or something up here as well. There we go. So the kitchen is done. That just needs a little bit of decorating. We could even throw down a flower pot for now. We'll get one more here in that corner. We'll hang a couple lanterns from the ceiling and onto the bedroom. Again, it is a tight fit, but we are going to make it work. So we will start with that lantern right up there. We will then place in our bed. Yeah, I mean, something like that, filling the cauldron with water. I wasn't necessarily planning on doing that, but I suppose we could. We do have water buckets, I think, in here. Oh, no, we don't. I need to refill them. Okay, so the bed. We need a bed. We'll go with this yellow bed. We need some scaffolding. That will be the side table. We have our bookshelves. And we have some lanterns, flower pots. I think we have everything that we need for this bedroom. I think we'll just put the bed here at the end. We'll do a bookshelf here in that corner. Scaffolding for the side tables on either side. A flower pot on that side. Maybe some candles on that one. And then I think a painting right there would be really nice. Maybe a rug going across the floor. We could even use the rest of our orange carpet if we want. Maybe, I don't know. That might be a little bit too bright. There's already a lot of bright colors in here. But let's get some candles now, and I don't think we'll stick with that lantern. We don't really need it. Once we get the candles placed in, I think we will be okay. Alright, I'm just going to start throwing all of these extra blocks into here. We do need to go put that beacon back. We'll do that now before I forget. We don't have any ores in any of those chests, so we'll stop back at the storage, get some candles, get an ore for the beacon. I promise this is going to be the last time that we come here to finish that interior. We'll go with basic candles for now, and we'll just use iron. Let's go put this beacon back. Get that placed in. We are going with speed 2. There we go. And now we can head back to the windmill and finish this off. Okay, so candles upstairs for the light in this room. We'll go with 4 for maximum lighting. We will get those lit. There we go. That lights it up nicely. We have the flower pot. And I guess we didn't bring any flowers, but because I already vowed that we're not going back to the storage room, we're just going to borrow one from this field right over here. I think we will go with the daisy. We'll cross our mini bridge that we built way back in the day. So daisy placed down right in there, and then we just need a painting, and I think we can call it good for up there. We'll make a few of these, maybe 3. And we'll see what we like. I really like that one, although I forgot about this. So this is actually the one I was referencing just now. I really like this one, but I forgot. I can't believe we haven't covered this yet. 1.21 added a bunch of new paintings. That one is not new, that's not new. I don't know if they added any new 1x2 paintings. It doesn't look like they did, but yeah, they added a bunch of paintings. We're gonna go with that one though. And then downstairs, we'll have a painting right here. That one is new. looks like somebody riding a horse. And then that one's an old one. It looks like we have three different 1x2 paintings here. We'll go with that one because it is new. I kind of like that. We do need one more slab right up there. Where can we source that from? I don't know. We'll figure something out for that. And then we need to get our campfire put into place as well. So we need a coal, 3 of our logs, and some sticks. Place that down right here. And are we finished? I guess we need a table right here, because once we remove all of these blocks, it's gonna look pretty empty. So what do we have the most of? I know we have a lot of dark oak. We have some mangrove. I think we will just use 2 mangrove stairs and some scaffolding in the middle. So we'll go with 1 right there, 1 right there. Maybe we'll have it up against the wall. That way it's not shoved in here the moment you walk through the front door. But we'll clean up all of our shulker boxes. That is a lot better. We don't want it to connect to this stair, so we will have it right there. 1 right there. Scaffolding, I like that because it matches our bamboo windows. And now, I think we are finished. Maybe 1 more flower pot here on the table. Right there. We do need a couple more barrels. We can craft those, though, with what we have. I think the wood is in here. And I guess we could probably just place down this crafting table somewhere. That way we have a crafting table in here. Every house needs a crafting table. Make some slabs. And make a few more barrels. Place a couple right there. 1 right there. We'll just leave that one in the corner. That way we have that pattern. And now it is looking pretty good. We just need 1 more spruce right up there. Which maybe we can grab from... Oh, I guess we'll just go to our tree farm to get it. Again, we are not going back to that storage building. Too much back and forth. Alright, let's get this crafted into a slab. We'll place that down right up there. So now I think the first floor is finished, pending a flower in the flower pot. We'll just grab the first one that we see, which I think is on the other side of the bridge. I think we'll go with the dandelion. Matches that same pattern, and we have 1 more upstairs as well. We'll do a cornflower for that. So right in here, dandelion on the table. Excellent. A cornflower upstairs. Perfect. And I think, oh, we have 2 flower pots upstairs. I did not realize that. That's okay. We'll get a couple candles placed right there. Do we have room for another painting? I guess we could put 1. I don't want to overwhelm it up here, so we'll just leave it how it is. We'll light those candles. We'll go get 1 more flower for that flower pot. And we will get this placed in. And then I think we can call this thing complete. There we go. Are we finished? I would say we certainly are. And I think with that taken care of, that is where we are going to end today's live stream. Again, it was the first one. I think it went pretty well. I hope you agree with me on that. But if you did enjoy it, please hit that thumbs up button. It helps me out a lot. And stay tuned for other daily content. I'm so excited to finally be back in a rhythm posting. I think we will do another live stream next Friday, which will be on November 1st. So stay tuned for that. We will be right back in here taking care of some more other to-do list items. Again, we still have that whole book of things to take care of. But again, in the meantime, if you enjoyed the live stream, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye!
Thank